is home to an extraordinary array of historical sites that tell the story of the nation's past. From national monuments to preserved battlefields and humble homes of great leaders, each place provides a view of the cultural, political, and social evolution of the country. Administered and preserved in large part by the National Park Service, NPS, these historical landmarks not only educate, but also inspire millions of visitors each year. National Landmarks and Monuments. Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, New York. Perhaps the most iconic symbol of American freedom. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France in 1886 and stands as a beacon for liberty and democracy. Located in New York Harbor, it has welcomed millions of immigrants arriving in the United States. Just nearby is Ellis Island, which served as the busiest immigration inspection station from 1892 to 1954. Over 12 million immigrants passed through here, making it a deeply emotional and historical location for many American families. Mount Rushmore, South Dakota. This massive sculpture carved into the Black Hills of South Dakota features the faces of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Mount Rushmore represents the ideals of freedom, democracy, and the American dream. It was completed in 1941 after 14 years of work and remains a popular destination for both its artistry and symbolic significance. Lincoln Memorial and Washington Monument, Washington, D.C. The Lincoln Memorial, with its grand Greek temple design and a giant seated statue of Abraham Lincoln, commemorates the 16th president's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War and promoting liberty. Nearby, the Washington Monument, a towering obelisk, honors George Washington, the first president and father of the country. Both sites are part of the National Mall and are central to America's national identity. Independence National Historical Park, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, known as America's most historic square mile. This park includes Independence Hall, where both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were debated and adopted. Nearby, the Liberty Bell, a symbol of American independence, draws visitors from around the world. Philadelphia's role as the nation's first capital and the cradle of democracy is captured perfectly within this park. Battlefields and military sites. Gettysburg National Military Park, Pennsylvania. The Battle of Gettysburg, fought in 1863, was a crucial turning point in the Civil War. The park preserves the battlefield and numerous monuments dedicated to the soldiers who fought and died there. It is also the site of President Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address, which redefined the purpose of the war and the nation itself. Pearl Harbor National Memorial, Hawaii. This site commemorates the surprise Japanese attack on December 7, 1941, which led to the United States entry into World War II. The memorial includes the USS Arizona Memorial, built above the sunken battleship, and serves as a solemn tribute to the 2,403 Americans who lost their lives. It stands as a stark reminder of the cost of war and the importance of preparedness. The Alamo, San Antonio, Texas. A symbol of Texan courage and independence, the Alamo was the site of a fierce battle in 1836 between Mexican forces and Texan revolutionaries. Though the Texans were defeated, their bravery inspired others to continue the fight, ultimately leading to Texas's independence. The phrase, "Remember the Alamo," remains a rallying cry for bravery and resistance. Other notable historic sites. Mount Vernon, Virginia, George Washington's home and plantation, offers a glimpse into the private life of the first U.S. president. Located along the Potomac River, Mount Vernon includes restored buildings, gardens, and Washington's tomb. It helps visitors understand the complexities of Washington's leadership, personal life, and his views on slavery and nation building. Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia, this living history museum recreates life in an 18th century American town. Actors in period costume portray real historical figures, allowing visitors to witness colonial-era politics, trades, and daily routines. Williamsburg was once the capital of the Virginia colony and played a key role in early American governance and education. Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park, Atlanta, Georgia. This site includes Dr. King's birth home, Ebenezer Baptist Church, where he preached, and his final resting place. It honors the life and legacy of the civil rights leader who led nonviolent protests against racial inequality and helped change the course of American history. The park serves as both a tribute and a call to continue the work for justice. Mesa Verde National Park, Colorado. Unlike many man-made historical sites, Mesa Verde preserves the ancient cliff dwellings of the ancestral Puebloans, who lived in the area from approximately 600 to 1300 CE. These dwellings, built into canyon walls, reveal the advanced architecture, community life, and cultural achievements of Native American civilizations long before European contact. Historical preservation in the USA. The National Historic Landmarks, NHL program, managed by the National Park Service, NPS, plays a critical role in identifying and preserving America's most important historical places. These landmarks are recognized in national significance, while the National Register of Historic Places, NRHP, includes over 80,000 properties significant at the local or state level. The process of designation involves rigorous criteria. Properties can be public or private, but once listed, they benefit from tax incentives, grants, monitoring, and preservation efforts. While owners may object to designation, the Secretary of the Interior can still recognize a site as eligible, ensuring it is noted and valued for historical purposes. New York leads the nation in NHL designations, with 270, and New York City alone accounts for 114 of those. Other cities with large numbers include Philadelphia and Boston, each with their own historical roots. Some designations extend beyond the 50 states, including locations in Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Pacific territories, reflecting America's broader historical footprint. Interestingly, the American legation in Tangier, Morocco, is also an NHL. It was the first American public property overseas and represents early U.S. diplomacy. Conclusion. From the colonial towns and presidential homes to Civil War battlegrounds and sites of civil rights struggle, the historical places of the United States offer profound insights into the nation's journey. These landmarks are more than just tourist destinations. They are living narratives that connect past with present. Through preservation efforts by the National Park Service and programs like the NHL and NRHP, the U.S. ensures that its history remains accessible, honored, and protected for future generations. Each site, whether symbolizing freedom like the Statue of Liberty, remembrance like Gettysburg, resistance like the Alamo, or progress like MLK's Atlanta birthplace, is a chapter in America's vast, ongoing story. Exploring these places is not just about learning history, it's about understanding the identity and values of a nation shaped by countless individuals and events.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you love this video. Before leaving the video, I request you once again to hit the subscribe button and like this video and share this video link and the link of the channel on WhatsApp group, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, so that others get the same knowledge as you got. Thank you so much. Keep loving the world and keep supporting.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals that take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Attention Studio World. I am Anthony, making disclaimer from my side that this is the video I have created only for educational and promotional use so that a visitor, a fan can increase his own knowledge for the world. Let's begin today's video, man.
The History and Geography of Georgia, created by Admin Sonny for educational purpose only to grow your knowledge about the world. Introduction. The country of Georgia is a small but historically rich nation located at the crossroads of Eastern Europe and Western Asia, nestled in the South Caucasus region. Despite its modest size, Georgia's history is deeply fascinating, stretching back thousands of years to the prehistoric era. It has been shaped by powerful kingdoms, foreign invasions, golden ages, and modern struggles for independence. Alongside its history, Georgia also boasts breathtaking landscapes, diverse climates, rich flora and fauna, and a vibrant culture that reflects centuries of interaction with neighboring civilizations. This article will explore Georgia's story in detail, from ancient kingdoms to the modern republic, while also highlighting its geography, people, and environment. Ancient Georgia, prehistory, 4th century AD. The lands of present-day Georgia hold some of the earliest evidence of human civilization. Archaeological discoveries reveal winemaking. Georgia is often called the birthplace of wine, with evidence of winemaking dating back over 8,000 years. Gold and textiles. Ancient mines and weaving tools prove the region was advanced in metallurgy and fabric production. By the classical era, two important kingdoms emerged. One, Colchis, located in the fertile Colchida lowland, famous for the Greek myth of Jason and the Argonauts seeking the Golden Fleece. Two, Iberia, Kartli, situated in eastern Georgia, playing a crucial role in shaping the Georgian national identity. A turning point came in the early 4th century when Georgia became one of the very first countries in the world to adopt Christianity as the state religion. This faith bound the Georgian people together and influenced their language, literature, and culture for centuries. Unified Georgian Kingdom and Golden Age, 11th to 13th centuries. In 1008 AD, Georgia was unified under the Bagrationi dynasty, which laid the foundation for a strong and centralized kingdom. King David IV, David Builder, 1089 to 1125, expanded Georgia, defeated invaders, and promoted cultural revival. Queen Tamar the Great, 1184 to 1213, one of the most celebrated rulers in Georgian history, oversaw the peak of Georgia's golden age. Under her reign, Georgia expanded its borders, fostered trade, built magnificent churches and fortresses, and became a center of art and literature. This era marked Georgia as a powerful kingdom in the Caucasus, respected by neighbors and feared by rivals. Decline in foreign domination, 15th to 19th centuries. From the 15th century onward, Georgia's power began to decline due to both internal divisions and external threats. Mongols invaded during the 13th century, weakening the kingdom. Later, the Ottoman Empire and Persian Empire competed for influence, often dividing Georgia into smaller, weaker principalities. By the early 19th century, unable to resist stronger powers,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure that you are getting good knowledge about the world and keep on enjoying only one thing I want. Just hit the subscribe and like below.
Georgia internal instability in the 1990s. Internal instability in the 1990s. Conflicts with Russia, particularly in Abkhazia and South Ossetia, regions that remain disputed to this day. Despite these challenges, modern Georgia has rebuilt itself as a democratic nation, aiming for closer ties with Europe and the West while preserving its unique traditions. Physical geography of Georgia. Although small, Georgia's geography is incredibly diverse. Relief and terrain. Colchida lowland, west, fertile plain, historically Colchis, rich in agriculture. Caucasus Mountains, north, snow-covered peaks, natural defense barrier. Lesser Caucasus, south, rugged highlands. More than 1/3 of Georgia is covered with forests, while rivers and gorges create dramatic landscapes. Climate. The climate varies by region. Western Georgia, humid subtropical with warm winters and heavy rainfall, 40 to 100 inches annually. Eastern Georgia, more continental, with drier winters and hotter summers. High mountains, alpine climate with snow and ice year-round above 11,000 feet. Soils. The Colchida lowland has rich alluvial soils, perfect for crops like citrus and tea. Mountain soils support forests and pastures, while eastern steppes favor wheat and grapes. Plant and animal life. Georgia's biodiversity is remarkable. Flora: oak, chestnut, beech, alder, fir, ash, linden, apple, pear, rhododendron, and citrus. The western forests are especially lush, with eucalyptus and evergreen shrubs. Fauna: mountains, goats, Caucasian antelope, black grouse, and eagles. Forests: Wild boars, bears, wolves, lynx, jackals, and deer. River seas, trout, sturgeon, and black sea fish. This blend of ecosystems makes Georgia a haven for both wildlife and agriculture. People of Georgia. Georgians call their country Sakartvelo and themselves Kartveli. The word Georgia comes from the Persian term gorge. About 80% of the population are ethnic Georgians. Minorities include Armenians, Russians, Azerbaijanis, Ossetis, Greeks, and Abkhazians. Georgia's rich ethnic diversity reflects its position at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. Conclusion. The history and geography of Georgia offer a perfect example of how a small country can have a vast and influential past. From the ancient kingdoms of Colchis and Iberia, through its Christian heritage, the golden age under Queen Tamar, centuries of foreign domination, and its modern struggles, Georgia has maintained a strong national identity. Its landscapes, ranging from Black Sea shores to snowy Caucasus peaks, add natural beauty to its cultural wealth. The Georgian people, known for their resilience and hospitality, continue to build their future while respecting their past. Thus, Georgia is not just a country on the map. It is a land of legends, endurance, and extraordinary diversity. Word count, 1007. Would you like me to also...
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you love this video. If you're leaving the video, I request you once again to hit the subscribe button and like the video and share the video link and the link for this channel on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so that the same knowledge as you got. Thank you so much. Keep loving the world and keep supporting.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Edwin Sunny's GQ World. I am Edwin Sunny, making disclaimer from my side that this is the video I have created only for educational and promotional use so that a visitor, a fan can increase his own knowledge for the world. That's the today's video, man.
1,000 words. This video is created by Admin Sunny, only for educational use. Singapore's story is a fascinating journey of transformation, from a small fishing village to a powerful global city-state. Situated at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula, Singapore has always had strategic importance. Over centuries, it evolved from a humble trading port known as Temasek to a modern, independent nation. Early beginnings, the age of Temasek. Before Singapore became known by its current name, it was referred to as Temasek, a Javanese word meaning sea town. It was already a significant maritime trading hub by the 13th and 14th centuries. Historical records and archaeological evidence show that the island had a thriving settlement. It served as an outpost for the Srivijaya Empire, a powerful maritime kingdom based in Sumatra. In the 14th century, Temasek appeared in Chinese traveler Wang Dayuan's writings, which describe it as a busy port. In fact, around the year 1349, about 70 Siamese warboats attempted to conquer Temasek, proving its growing importance. The Javanese Majapahit Empire also listed it among their conquered territories in the poem Nagarakatagata, 1365. Eventually, the trading significance of Temasek declined, especially after the rise of the port of Malacca. However, its location remained highly valuable. The legend of Singapore, the name Singapore, meaning Lion City, is believed to have originated in the 14th century. According to the Malay chronicle, Sejarah Melayu, a Srivijayan prince named Sri Tribuana landed on the island and saw a strange creature he thought was a lion. Taking it as a good omen, he named the city Singapore. Though lions were never native to the region, the name stuck, symbolizing strength and courage. Colonial era, rise of a trading power. The modern chapter of Singapore's history began in 1819 when Sir Stamford Raffles, representing the British East India Company, arrived on the island. He saw great potential in Singapore's location and established a free trading post, which allowed ships from all nations to trade without tariffs. By 1824, the British had formal control over Singapore after a treaty with the Sultan of Johor. It became part of the Straits Settlements in 1826, along with Penang and Malacca. In 1867, Singapore became a British crown colony, meaning it was directly governed by London. Due to its free port policy and strategic location on the Strait of Malacca, Singapore quickly grew into a major hub for shipping, trade, and immigration. People from China, India, the Malay Archipelago, and Europe arrived to settle, trade, and work. World War II and Japanese occupation. Singapore's reputation as an impregnable fortress was shattered during World War II. In February 1942, Japanese forces invaded and defeated the British Army, taking control of the island. They renamed it Sionen-tu, meaning Light of the South. The Japanese occupation lasted until 1945 and was one of the darkest periods in Singapore's history. Thousands of people, especially Chinese civilians, were killed during the Suk Ching massacre. Food shortages, fear, and oppression defined this period. After Japan's defeat, the British returned, but confidence in colonial rule was broken. Road to independence. In 1959, Singapore achieved partial self-governance under British rule. Lee Kuan Yew became the first prime minister. His People's Action Party, PAP, aimed to build a modern, prosperous state. In 1963, Singapore joined Malaysia, along with Malaya, Sabah, and Sarawak, in hopes of achieving greater economic and political stability. However, the union was short-lived. There were deep differences, including political disagreements, ethnic tensions, and economic rivalries. On August 9, 1965, Singapore was expelled from Malaysia, becoming an independent nation. It was a painful moment, and Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew broke into tears during the televised announcement. Building a nation, struggles and successes. In 1965, Singapore faced massive challenges. No natural resources, high unemployment, housing shortages, ethnic divisions among Chinese, Malays, and Indians, lack of a standing army. Yet, through strong leadership, sound policies, and strict governance, the country transformed rapidly. The Housing and Development Board, HDB, was created to provide affordable public housing. Education and healthcare were expanded. The economy was industrialized. Foreign investment was welcomed. English was adopted as the working language to unite communities and connect with the world. Economic miracle. Singapore's transformation is often called an economic miracle. From the 1970s onward, it shifted from labor-intensive industries to high-tech sectors. The port remained vital, but the country also became a leader in banking, finance, electronics, biotechnology, and tourism. Today, Singapore is one of the richest countries per capita in the world, ranked among the top 5 busiest ports, a major financial hub in Asia, known for its cleanliness, safety, and governance. Modern Singapore, a global city. In the present day, Singapore is a model of urban planning, governance, and economic growth. It is famous for Changi Airport, consistently ranked the world's best, Marina Bay Sands, an iconic hotel and entertainment complex, multicultural society with harmony among Chinese, Malays, Indians, and others, education system considered among the best globally, green initiatives, city in a garden with extensive greenery and sustainable architecture. Despite being a small island with limited land and resources, Singapore has become one of the most advanced and respected nations. Key takeaways from Singapore's history. Geography matters. Its location helped it become a trading hub. Leadership is crucial. Visionary leadership by Lee Kuan Yew and others helped build the nation. Multicultural harmony. Singapore promotes racial and religious tolerance, critical for peace. Innovation and education. Investing in people and technology propelled its growth. Final words. From a fishing village to a colonial port, from war-torn occupation to a powerhouse economy, Singapore's history is a story of resilience, transformation, and hope. This educational video was created by Admin Sunny to help you understand how a small island with big dreams became one of the most successful countries in the world. Don't forget to click subscribe and the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming educational videos. Also, share this video link in your WhatsApp groups, school groups, and with friends and family. Thank you for watching.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you loved this video. Before leaving the video, I request you once again to hit the subscribe and like under this video and share this video link and the link of the channel on WhatsApp group, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest group so that others get the same knowledge as you got. Thank you so much. Keep loving the world and keep supporting.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals that take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Edwin Sunny and you're watching Sunny's GK World. Means Sunny is the channel which blogs general knowledge of the entire globe. Now, this is a very beautiful and a very important video for those who are interested to know something more about the world. So here, that's why I have created this beautiful channel so that my all Indians, Asians and international friends get engaged to learn more in their life which they don't know at all. Now here are few human beings which are of very under painful conditions and they are leading a very tough life what the God they have received from the God. Now here I will going to talk about a woman who lives in water. Her name is Aruna Ghosh from India. Who is Aruna Ghosh? Aruna Ghosh from West Bengal suffers from a rare and painful medical condition. Whenever the wind blows, her entire body experiences unbearable pain. This is her very deep problem, as if her skin is burning, like she feels that her skin is burning in a fire. To get relief, she spends nearly 14 hours a day submerged in a nearby lake near to the house. The water soothes her pain, allowing her to survive. Because of her poor financial situation, the conditions are not like that. So she can able to take a proper treatment for the problem. Now she cannot afford hospital treatment even, and instead depends on the lake for comfort. Her life is a heartbreaking example of human tolerance against extreme sufferings. Now who is number 2? The world's dirtiest man, Amu Haji from Iran. Amu Haji from Iran became world famous for his unusual lifestyle. He reportedly lived to be around 87 years of age right now. Though the text says 181 and had not bathed since 1954. Since 1954, he has not taken any bath. Now this is very ridiculous to watch and listen about this. More than 60 years man, he has not taken bath. He feared that bathing or coming into contact with water would make him sick. So he avoided it completely. This is a human mentality when in problem. Layers of dirt covered his body, man. He also hated fresh food and water. Instead, he drank any urine and ate decayed meat. To trim his hair, he would burn it using fire rather than cutting it and using water somewhat. He preferred to sleep and rest in dirty surroundings. His strange habits made him known as the world's most dirtiest man ever. Now, here comes number 3. The man who lives in an iron lung, Paul Alexander, USA. Paul Alexander from USA. Actually, Paul Alexander is from Texas, USA. Contracted polio when he was 6 years of age. The disease paralyzed his lungs, leaving him unable to breathe naturally since the year 1950s. He has lived inside an iron lung, a large metal machine that helped him to breathe. For over 70 years, Paul has lived inside this device. He studied, became a lawyer, and even wrote a book of all while being confined to the medicine. His story is one of extraordinary perseverance and adaptation to a mechanical life. Now here comes number 4, the man who lives in a swamp. Now he is Miguel Restrepo from Colombia. Now Miguel Restrepo, a former drug addict from Colombia, decided to live in a sewer tank with his wife and dog. The sewer, just 3 meters long, has become their home for over 20 years now. He once lived on the streets and struggled with addictions. When he decided to quit drugs, his family and friends abandoned him, left with no money or home. He made the sewer his shelter. Inside, he has built a small kitchen, an oven, a TV, and even electricity. He decorates his home during festivals, proving that happiness does not always depend on luxurious life or from palace or from any well-cemented house. Happiness can come from any other places also if you are satisfied. Now here comes number 5, the man who raised his hand for 47 years. Sadhu Amar Bharati from India. Sadhu Amar Bharati, a Hindu holy man from Delhi, has kept one hand raised above his head since 1973, over 4 decades. He took his bow as a form of devotion to Lord Shiva and as an act of renunciation from worldly attachment. Due to keeping his hand raised for so long, the muscles have withered and the arm has become stiff and stuck in position. It's a painful but powerful symbol of his faith and spirituality towards Lord Shiva. Now here comes number 6, the man who has not cut his hair in 50 years. Since 50 years, he has not cut out his own hairs. Tran Van He from Vietnam. Tran Van He from Vietnam avoided cutting his hair for 50 years because he believed he would fall ill or may die if he did it. very, very ridiculous all these things to hear that if you cut your hair, you may die. What type of thinking is this? Over time, his hair grew into a huge coiled bun, measuring several meters long and weighing several kilograms now. His fear of bad luck turned into a record-breaking achievement. He became known as the man with the longest hair in the world. Wow! Now, on number 7 comes another gentleman, the man who has not eaten or done anything for 70 years. Prahlad Jani from India. Prahlad Jani, a holy man from Gujarat, claimed that he did not eaten or drunk anything for over 70 years now. Man is terrific. He believed that divine energy and air were enough to sustain him. Even scientists studied him in hospital for weeks and found no evidence of food or water intake. This is the proof of what you are voting for. Johnny also claimed he did not urinate or defecate, saying that yoga and meditation helped him control all bodily needs. His case remains one of the great medical mysteries, man. Now, here comes number 8. The conjoined twin who lived for 66 years, Rooney and Tony. Carry on from USA. Rooney and Tony, you are great, man. Rooney and Tony, carry on, were conjoined twins born in the US, United States. They shared the same abdomen and lower body. Doctor said that would not live alone. They will not live long, but they defied all expectations and lived 66 years. How medical failed us for saying that they will not live long. Where is that doctor? Then why are you saying if you are a doctor, you are not a god man? This is my interpretation for any doctor in the world. God has given, he will prove, not any doctor. You doctors only examine. You cannot be forecast, okay? Setting a world record for the longest living conjoined twins in the world. They performed in very serious during their youth and later become local celebrities for their resilience and cheerful attitude towards their life. Beautiful, very nice. I like it. What can doctor do? Doctor is not God, man. Number 9 comes the girl who lives in a plastic tub. Rehma Haruna.